Hi, I'm Representative Laurie Jinkins, and we're in the Capitol Rotunda today.
It's the first week in March. What's going on in the House?
We're spending every day this week on the floor of the House, where we'll be voting bills that have passed out of committee off the floor of the House, where they'll go then to the Senate. They'll be heard in the Senate, hopefully passed off the floor of the Senate and on to the governor's office for signature. But only time will tell if that happens.
On March 1st, 3 important consumer protection bills passed the House. One of them was your bill on medical debt, which you've talked about before. Remind us why this bill is important.
Well, the most important thing about the medical debt bill is that people get in debt when it comes to health care, and they have no idea what kind of debt they're accumulating. I mean, you would never go to the store and just give somebody your credit card to be swiped, and you have no idea how much you're putting on it. That's what happens with medical debt. And my bill was really intended to address this, to give consumers the chance to really pay off medical debts when they have them, so they don't get sent to collection agencies or reported against their credit too soon.
Another bill that passed deals with consumer debt. What does it do?
Well, the 2 big things that the consumer debt bill does, this is a Representative Reeves bill, is one, it brings down the interest rate for consumer debt. So it had been 12%, it will now be at 9%. Probably still too high for some of us, but at least we're moving in the right direction there. But the second thing is people's wages were able to be garnished to the point that it would actually make people homeless. Folks' incomes were being taken to pay off debts. They couldn't pay their rent. This bill really lets people retain more money so that they will be able to pay for food, pay for rent, and pay their debts.
The third bill has to do with zombie debt. What in the world is zombie debt?
Yeah, this is a great bill from Representative Wallen, who's a freshman member. It's very interesting that debts only can last so long. There's a statute of limitations. It's usually 10 years. But what happens if the statute of limitations has run and someone contacts you and you make even a small payment on that debt, all of a sudden the whole debt is revived. That's why this is called zombie debt. Representative Wallen said on the floor that zombies are really scary, but we should put these zombies down, and we did.
So what happens to these 3 bills now that they're out of the House?
So they moved off the floor of the House with nearly unanimous votes, all 3 of them. They'll now go into the Senate, where they'll get hearings in the Senate committee. Hopefully they're already perfect, but if not, the Senate will perfect them and hopefully send them off the floor of the Senate and onto the governor's desk, so that consumers really can make sure that they're treated fairly, and so that people are not used and abused by credit agencies and others who are trying to do debt collections.